Sometimes the loudest betrayal is not what they said, but the fact that they said nothing at all when your world was falling apart. Hospital. Silence is a moral choice. Silence in a loved one's crisis is not neutral. It is a moral failure. Bonhoeffer points to duty. The Stoic move is choosing agency. Now to the quote and tools. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. B1. 9 Stoic tools. Grief container. Boundary rituals. Comparison fast. Now, let us start with tool number 1. Tool number 1. Name the betrayal of silence. When a sibling chooses space over support in your crisis, that silence lands like a decision. It is not neutral. It functions as an action that shifts weight onto you. The moment you see it clearly, the fog starts to lift. Naming the act does not add drama. It removes confusion. Bonhoeffer helps frame the ethics. Inaction under pressure does not float in a safe middle. It leans toward harm by leaving the harmed alone. Families often label this absence as giving space. The label protects the comfortable, not the wounded. Psychology adds a second twist. Ambiguity invites the mind to fill the blanks with self-blame. You replay scenes and search for hidden faults, because a reason feels safer than meaninglessness. Rumination becomes a substitute for repair. Seneca points us to the discipline of attention. What matters is not the injustice we cannot change, but the use we can make of it. We convert setbacks into exercises that strengthen judgment and courage. We return focus to what is within our control, our choices, our standards. Our next step. Start with a one-sentence label. This was a betrayal by omission. Write it by hand. Read it once. Then set the paper aside and move to action. Run a short journal sequence that sorts control. Create 2 headings in your mind. Mine and not mine. Under mine, place your thoughts, words, and deeds. Under not mine, place their silence, their stories, and their timeline. Add a micro boundary that ends the chase. Decide on one outreach. Then wait a set window. Then stop pursuing. Choose language that is calm and clean. I value reciprocity. My time and care go where there is response. I will not rehearse explanations that are not mine to give. Follow your boundary and return attention to work and life. Type "I am naming it today" in the comments. Then meet me in the next tool where we escape the expectation trap and protect your agency. Tool number 2. Escape the expectation trap. Expectations toward a sibling often act like a hidden contract that no one signed. When reality refuses the script, the gap cuts a second wound. Clarity starts when you name the contract as fiction. Relief follows when you stop trying to collect on it. The mind clings to should statements because they promise control. Should keeps you rehearsing scenes and holding court in your head. Each rehearsal freezes agency and inflates hurt. You are left policing a world that will not salute. Releasing expectations is not surrender. It is strategy. You are not excusing harm. You are refusing an agreement that never existed. You trade fantasy for traction. You protect energy for the only leverage you have. Your choices. Epictetus gives the frame. The dichotomy of control. Keep attention on judgments, aims, and actions that are yours. Let go of choices that belong to someone else. Freedom begins where your responsibilities end. Run a 2-column audit today. Title 1 column Mine and the other Not Mine. Move every thought about their replies, timing, and stories into Not Mine. Keep your words, standards, and plans in mind. Then act from that list. Rewrite 3 should statements into simple is statements. They should have called becomes they did not call. They should show up becomes they do not show up. They should care becomes they may not care. My decisions will reflect that fact. Craft a daily mantra that restores agency. Try this. I release what is not mine. I act on what is. Say it once in the morning and once before sleep. Let repetition cut a new groove. Set a micro-boundary for response times and follow-ups. 1 message. A clear window. No chase. If there is no reply, you return attention to work, service, and rest. Self-respect grows each time you honor the cadence. Use this calm script when you feel the urge to pursue. I value reciprocity. My time goes where there is response. I choose standards over pleading. Posture tall. Breathe slow. Move on to your next task. Comment no more shoulds if you are ready to drop the hidden contract. Tool number 3. Reframe silence with Bonhoeffer's lens. Your sibling's silence in a crisis is not neutrality. It is complicity by omission. Bonhoeffer reminds us that refusing to act under pressure tilts the field toward harm. Name the tilt so your judgment can stand upright. A pattern keeps good people stuck. Families rebrand withdrawal as giving space to avoid discomfort. Your mind then fears being too harsh and starts to gaslight itself. You shrink your pain to protect their comfort. We take the Stoic road with Marcus Aurelius. Keep a ledger of facts and remove adjectives. See what was needed. See what was chosen. And see what principle will guide you now. Clarity makes the next action clean. Begin with a 4-line moral clarity statement. First line. Describe the event in plain words. Second line. State the help that was needed. Third line. State that silence was chosen. Fourth line. State your guiding principle from this day on. Apply a brief reality check to that statement. Ask if each line is a simple fact that another adult could verify. If a line is spin, rewrite it until it is plain. Breathe once. Then choose the next small action you control. Here is a way to phrase the principle. I will respond to life with standards and care, and I will not excuse harm with soft labels. My time will go to people who show up with reciprocity. My peace is my practice. Use this in daily life. When a trigger hits, recite the first and fourth lines in your head. Return to your ledger. Update the facts. And take one step that matches your principle. Let action carry the weight that rumination cannot. If this gives you relief, say so. Comment clarity over comfort if you are ready to stop minimizing your pain. Then we will move to the next tool with steady purpose. Tool number 4. Build a grief container. Pain that is denied ferments into bitterness. Pain that is held inside structure can be digested and learned from. Uncontained grief leaks into work, love, and sleep. A container gives time and space for feeling without letting it run the day. Seneca points to measured mourning. Feel fully while governing expression, so grief serves life. The aim is not to mute the heart. It is to guide it. Order lets sorrow become instruction instead of a storm. Schedule a weekly grief session that lasts 45 minutes. Use a simple timer and a quiet chair. Begin with breath. 4 counts in. 6 counts out. 3 slow rounds. Let the body know this is safe work. Open a short journal path. Name the loss in plain words. Name what was needed that you did not receive. Name what stayed standing inside you. Dignity, courage, or endurance. Ask 2 guiding questions. What did their silence cost? What strength did surviving give me? Sit with whatever answers arrive. Accept fragments and pauses as honest data. Close with a small ritual. Light a candle at the start and extinguish it at the end. Speak 1 sentence that affirms wisdom over bitterness. I will carry what helps me live well. Stand. Breathe once. And re-enter the day. Use a daily life script to keep feelings inside the container. During working hours, say, I will return to this in my next session, and place the thought on paper, not on your tongue. When the session arrives, pick up the page and continue the work. Rhythm beats intensity. If you are triggered between sessions, run the breath cadence again. 8 start, 4 in, 6 out. Twice. Name the feeling, then defer it to the container. Protect the hour. Protect your focus. If this structure helps, say so. Comment container built when you schedule your first session. Then we move forward with steadiness. Tool number 5. Boundary rituals for repeat absence. Chronic non-response breeds unpredictability that hijacks attention and drains energy. You check your phone and check your story. Again and again. Emotional chasing becomes a habit that erodes self-respect. Standards slip while hope runs the schedule. Rituals reduce decision fatigue. A simple protocol restores order and turns values into action. You stop negotiating with chaos and start running a cadence. Less drama, more clarity. Epictetus teaches protection of the moral will. Guard the gate of attention and give your time only to what is yours to govern. Boundaries are self-respect operationalized. You choose conduct, not outcomes. Here is the protocol. 1 outreach. Then wait 72 hours. Then no second follow-up. Send a single holiday invite. Then accept silence as the answer. Replace improvisation with a set rhythm that you can execute calmly. Use scripts that are short and clear. I value relationships with reciprocity. My door stays open with notice. My time goes where care is consistent. Anchor the protocol with environment. Write the cadence on a card you can see. Turn off non-essential alerts during work blocks. Let the calendar, not the spike of feeling, tell you when to act. Add a daily check-in. Ask, did I honor the protocol today? If yes, name 1 concrete benefit, such as deeper focus or more sleep. If no, reset and recommit without self-attack. Close each interaction with a brief reflection. Record the fact of the outreach and the response, or the lack of response. Then deliberately move attention back to work, health, or service. Momentum returns when you release what is not yours. Expect pushback from old habits. When the urge to chase rises, Breathe slow and stand tall. Remind yourself that standards protect peace. Take one step that serves your day. If you are replacing chasing with standards, say so. Comment protocol on to mark your line in the sand. Then we move forward to the next tool with steady confidence. Tool number 6. Heal the silent comparison wound. Comparing a sibling's polished image to your private abandonment deepens hurt. Social praise and curated photos keep the wound open. The gap between image and deed fuels rumination. You bleed attention each time you look. Cognitive dissonance tightens the loop. You search for confirmation that your pain is valid. The hunt never ends, and agency shrinks. Comparison recruits you into a story where you are always behind. Marcus Aurelius offers a clean pivot. Judge deeds, not reputations. Treat praise and blame as indifferent. Return your attention to what you can build today. Start a 30-day comparison fast. Mute feeds and family highlight reels. Remove shortcuts to profiles that trigger you. Make the environment your ally. Replace scrolling with a nightly deed log. Record 3 actions that matched your standards. Keep them specific and small. Let consistency replace spectacle. Add a brief morning intention and an evening reflection. In the morning say, "Today I will do work that stands on its own." At night ask, "Which actions honored my values?" Write one clear sentence. Use a simple reality check. If the world vanished, would today's deeds still be worth doing? If yes, repeat them tomorrow. If no, redesign the next step. Teach your body a reset. Take 4 counts in and 6 counts out. Twice. Then say, "Back to my lane." Place your eyes on the next task. Expect triggers and plan a calm script. When someone praises the sibling, reply with steady neutrality. "I focus on what I can control, and I hope everyone chooses well." New argument. No autobiography. Move your attention to work, service, or rest. Measure progress by small commitments kept. Count days completed in the fast. Count entries in the deed log. Watch self-trust rise as numbers stack in words. When you are ready, join publicly. Comment deeds over image if you are starting the 30-day fast. Then carry this momentum into the next tool with quiet confidence. Tool number 7. Label fools. Choose the wise. Some relatives are immune to the logic of loyalty. You explain. They nod. Nothing changes. And your energy leaks into endless persuasion. That is not communication. That is erosion. Naming the pattern is the first act of recovery. There is a persuasion ceiling. Identity protection blocks learning when admitting harm would threaten a self-image. Treating a chronic betrayer as a project keeps you stuck in their orbit. Naming a fool resets your choices and returns you to sober action. Seneca points to company as a mirror. Choose companions who lift your character and limit exposure to those who corrode it. Time is your only non-renewable asset. Spend it where goodness compounds. Run a social portfolio rebalance this month. Add 2 wise mentors or friends who model steadiness and reciprocity. Reduce 2 high-drain contacts who harvest attention without offering care. Keep a simple list you can see and follow without debate. Set a contact cadence that protects focus. Decide when you reach out and when you do not. Let the calendar, not a spike of feeling, call the play. Stability beats improvisation. Shift invitations toward people who practice reciprocity. Say, I am investing in relationships with consistent care, and then act accordingly. Move shared time toward service, training, and honest rest. Let alignment be the filter. Use short scripts that are calm and firm. I am investing in relationships with consistent care. My door is open with notice. I am stepping back where effort is one-sided. Add a weekly check. Ask, did my circle lift my standards this week? If yes, note how it showed up in work or rest. If no, adjust the portfolio by one small change. Close each week with a brief reflection. Record one fact that proves progress. Fewer ruminations. Deeper sleep. Better work. Redirect attention to service and craft for the next 7 days. Peace grows where standards hold. If you are curating your circle this week, say, so. Comment rebalanced to mark the shift. Then we move on with clear eyes and steady pace. Tool number 8. Reconcile if and only if via terms, not hopes. Hope-driven reunions pull people back into old patterns. Term-driven reconnection tests change and protects dignity. The difference is not poetry. It is procedure. Nostalgia edits the past until risk feels small. Guilt adds pressure and clouds judgment. Together, they make a fog that hides the cost of returning without conditions. Standards clear the air by converting care into criteria. Marcus Aurelius points to rational action. Act according to your nature as a thinking adult. Safeguard your good. Judge by deeds, not promises. Let facts, not longing. Set the pace. Set a 3-term framework before any reconnection. First, responsibility named in plain words. Second, repair offered in a concrete way. Third, a recurrence plan for what happens if silence returns. Run a 90-day pilot. Nothing more. Schedule simple check-ins at steady intervals. Track objective markers. Timely replies. Follow through. Presence in hard moments. If markers slip, the pilot pauses. Not your self-respect. Use calm scripts that are short and clear. I am open to reconnection with terms. I need ownership of harm and a repair action. I need a plan for lapses. My decisions will follow deeds. Protect time and attention while the pilot runs. Limit late-night message checking and set quiet blocks for work. Keep conversations brief and grounded. Refuse debates about feelings that are not matched by actions. Create a review ritual every 2 weeks. Write a small ledger. What happened? What did not? What that means for the next step. No spin. Only facts. Decide to continue. Revisa or stop. If the pilot succeeds, scale slowly with the same terms. If it fails, you kept your dignity and your schedule. Either way, your standards stayed intact. That is a win. If you will never again reconcile on hope alone, say so. Comment terms or no to mark your line. Then carry this steady momentum into the final tool. Tool number 9. Transmute the story from betrayed to builder. Your identity cannot live forever as the one abandoned. It must become the one who builds. Meaning drives outcomes more than memory. The story you choose shapes the actions you take. Rumination keeps the self in a victim pose. The mind replays scenes because replay feels like control. Each loop steals attention from the work that heals. We trade loops for steps. Epictetus gives the pivot. Events do not break us. Opinions about events do. Rewrite the opinion and the body follows. Attention is a tool. Aim it where it creates value. Begin with a 2-sentence life thesis written in plain words. First sentence names the wound without decoration. Second sentence names the skill you forged and the people you will serve. Keep the page where your eyes can land. Design a small weekly service project that converts pain into contribution. Choose something concrete and repeatable. Deliver a useful act for a person or a group. Let service train your attention to move outward with purpose. Build a daily practice that records 3 deeds that align with your values. Write them each evening in a short line. Keep them specific and observable. Consistency is the compounding machine of self-trust. Use a simple trigger ritual for hard moments. Take 1 reset breath, slow and steady. Say, "I am the builder of my response." Then take 1 next action that moves a project forward. Track momentum with gentle precision. Count streaks of evenings when the deed log is complete. In words, not digits. Count weeks of service delivered on schedule. Let visible progress rewrite identity from the inside out. Guard the frame you live in. Ask before sleep, "Did I act as a builder today?" If the answer is no, select the smallest step you can guarantee tomorrow. Builder's plan. Then do. End rumination with posture and motion. Sit tall. Breathe. Touch the thesis. Then execute the next doable step. Your future is made by repeated deeds, not by perfect closure. Let action carry what memory cannot. If this resonates, speak it. Comment builder and name 1 way you will convert pain into service this month. Then we close the loop with steady confidence. You have already done real work by naming the pain and setting standards. If this is helping, like the video so others facing family silence can find it. In the comments, name the tool you will start tonight. Grief container, boundary ritual, or comparison fast. And write 1 sentence about how you will apply it. Take a breath. Sit tall. And we will move straight into the next tool. Here are 2 truths. Naming silence a moral failure requires standards, not hatred, and it restores self-respect. Releasing expectations does not free them. It frees you from the hook. So, feeling becomes ordered inside a container. Love comes with boundaries, and duty does not erase you. With that clarity, we can close by stitching every tool into a thread. We moved from naming betrayal to containing grief, to living by terms, to becoming a builder. 9 tools. Name betrayal. Drop expectations. Use Bonhoeffer. Build a grief container. Set boundary rituals. Heal comparison. Choose the wise. Reconcile by terms. Build forward. Silence is a choice. Your response is a choice. Your peace is practice. Now the final call to action. Please like, come on, and share to help others heal. Thank you for being here. Until then, stay stoic, stay wise,